Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast IRL. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I hope you're having a great day. This is the single most important stream on YouTube with IRL in the name. We get the most viewers, we get the most super chats, and we have the best audience possible. And we never have to limit our chat to members only because the whole fucking chat is almost a member at this point. So why would we have to limit that? But we do have a lot to talk about today. Holy crap, there's a lot going on. And I don't even know how to formulate what we're looking at here. Benny Johnson put out a perfect tweet that kind of summarized everything. And with what we've got people going to jail for memes. Andrew Tate has been released from jail on the very day that The Matrix was released 24 years ago today. We have Donald Trump being indicted. Meanwhile, Joe Biden, he's just sitting around. He's just sitting around, fumbling, stumbling, joking about ice cream while children are being shot, talking about how trans people are the heart and soul of our country. It's just unbelievable, man. It really, really is. It is kind of hard to process everything that's going on. And there's a lot of these videos because obviously I was on Friday Night Tights earlier. So a lot of this stuff I really haven't gathered, or I haven't been able to watch a lot of the clips and stuff out there because FNT is the priority on Fridays. But we got a lot. We got a lot going on. Andrew Tate haters are seething right now. And I don't really I still don't understand this Andrew Tate hate, man. I really don't. Like, I don't care if you're not a fan of him. That's fine. It's not about that. It's about the people that have been absolutely 100% dedicated to the destruction of Andrew Tate. And it's weird. And that's why I started paying attention to the guy because of all these freaking crazy people that just hate him. And they're like, he's a terror to society. Lock him up. And they were surprised. They were like celebrating when he was locked up. And I'm like, what did he do? Why is he in jail? Where's the evidence? That's all I want to see. I wasn't familiar with the guy until he got banned from social media. But I mean, we'll get into that. It's wild. It is wild. We got gifted memberships are rolling in as we speak. You guys are on it already, and I love it. I love CobraCast, and I love all of you. Where are we at here? Michael becomes a new member. Thank you, Michael. We got Mike Hill. Been watching the movie Tetris. I think it's good enough for you to watch. You know, it's pretty cool because side scrollers didn't Val Winter. I'm just saying Val Winter. Okay. Didn't Val Winter give 10 and it's not showing up on my list? That's very weird. Yes. Valkyria Winter gifted 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. Crazy Clown Town gifted 10. So we got 2 from, so Val Winter, which is all I'm going to say. I see you LOLing me right there. So Val Winter, 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. Crazy Clown Town, 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. We got Sophie says, I should be preparing my class for tomorrow with screaming SJWs. Eric K said, I gave you that one. Oh, I got you. What's up? I appreciate you. Eric. Shout out to the mods. I love that the chat's already roasting me. I love it because you guys are the best chat on the internet. Man, I wouldn't trade anything. I wouldn't trade you for anything. So I appreciate it. Another wild Friday night. That's right. Sophie says, I love this stream. We love you right back. We love you right back. I wish that on StreamYards that the gifted memberships would show up or the member messages, but they're going to get that implemented. There's no doubt about it. The Lost Tale says, hail Snake Pit, let's go. There's videos in Discord if you have time for it. Also, yes, I did travel back in time for a membership. Thank you, Lost Tales. You know, I appreciate you as always. Yes, I heard that Don Jr. calling in a Timcast, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if Tim has the same energy. I wonder if Tim has the same energy for Don Jr. calling into his show that he has when he was crying about Trump doing interviews with the mainstream media. I wonder if Tim has the same energy for that. And this is the hypocrisy of someone like Tim Pool. Tim Pool was crying because Donald Trump does interviews with the mainstream media while the same mainstream media trashes Donald Trump. So Don Jr. is calling in the Timcast. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But Tim Pool is always like going back and forth on if he can make his mind up if Trump. Trey said Trump's retiring. Trump's not serious anymore. Trump needs to go away. And now he's back to Trump is our hero. He's our president. Do you have the same energy, Tim, that maybe Don Jr. shouldn't be calling your show? Why? Maybe I'll pull a Tim Pool. Why is Don Jr. calling in Tim Pool's show? Why isn't he calling into my show? I've never backtracked off of being a fan and a supporter of Trump. So why is Don Jr. not calling into my show? Because that's the nonsense of Tim Pool. And that's what pisses me off, is he is a massive hypocrite. And he's not going to carry that same energy when he was crying about Trump just a few months ago, by the way. This was just a few months ago he was crying about that. And so, anyway, it is what it is. The snake pit is here, and that's all we need. Swig of water for the working man. Let's see. Swig of water for the working man. MegaCon is tomorrow. MegaCon Orlando. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a panel there. The whole crew is going to be there. I hope some of you can make it out. It's going to be awesome. And we shall see. All right. So, look, today has been wild. First and foremost, I think the biggest news of the day is that Andrew Tate has been freed. And, you know, this has been wild. This has been a wild story. You know, again, my backstory with the whole Andrew Tate thing is, and I saw you, Twilight, earlier. I'm pretty sure you joined today, right? I think so. I've joined Rhetoric and been gifted a membership to Geeks and Gamers. Here's a little something for your hard work. Get snake bit. Thank you. I think you joined today. I thought I saw you join Friday Night Sites. But so my backstory with Andrew Tate has been that I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who he was. And he got banned from social media. Massively banned. It is this big story. And that's when I became aware of who Andrew Tate was. And I was like, who is this guy that just got banned? And why did he get banned? And I started looking into it, and he has tons of views. Videos, just crazy views on his videos, like 20 million views in videos and stuff. And it wasn't even his video, like his channel. It was other people uploading his stuff. And, it was very like his points were 100% valid, but then you'd hear like certain stuff taken out of context from him. And I was like, wow, that guy sounds pretty ridiculous. But it became a fascination of mine because I'm like, why are you saying things that are pretty ridiculous and insane? This doesn't sound like a reason that he would be mass banned from social media. Then I started looking into his long form content, and I was like, this guy's really fucking smart, because he's really smart. And so I don't know, man, the whole thing just seems kind of strange to me. So then I started reading more into it and finding more out about it. And the whole thing just felt really, really weird. Bashy washy 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. We are getting this party started early tonight, boys and girls. Holy crap. 32 new members already. But back to Andrew Tate. So I started liking a lot of his stuff. I mean, when there was always people saying that he was guilty of this, guilty of that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it just seemed flimsy at best. And then I started to find out there was this certain segment of the internet that basically their entire existence was to hate Andrew Tate. That was everything to them. And it reminded me of a smaller version of TDS. It was just like their entire existence is, we hate Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate has to go down. He's the worst human on the planet. And we're going to, end him. We have to end him. And I'm like, all right, well, that makes me like Andrew Tate more. When I see a concerted effort like that, when there's not a lot of evidence, then eventually, he was on Rumble. He came back to Twitter, and then they arrested him. And now he's been arrested for, 3 or 4 months now? And in Romania, and there was never any evidence to support his arrest. They never provided any evidence. They kept this man and his brother locked up for 3 to 4 months now with literally no evidence, nothing to charge him with, nothing. And suddenly today, he and his brother are out. So I don't know what to think of the whole story. Is Trump Jr. actually like calling in right now on Tim Pool? Because I'll pull that shit up and we'll just live react to it. Is it happening right now? And we can follow back up with the Andrew Tate story. Let's see. Let's do it. We're gonna live react right now to Donald Trump Jr. Here we go.
15+ deaths and 14,000 arrests. Now, it may sound like, well, then these people are being held accountable, right? You mean to tell me, how many were let go right away? Not only were most of them probably let go, but don't you think 14,000 plus arrests over a period of 2 weeks should be the major story of the past few years? Like, 14,000 people were arrested.
They were mostly peaceful.
Oh, right.
Peaceful.
$2 billion in damage.
That. I was watching a reporter say that live because I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't mind. He goes, it's mostly peaceful. I go, dude, there's a building burning in the background. And like 3 seconds later, the reporter got hit in the head with like a brick. Yeah. I'm like,
but to your point,
the lengths they went to, like, don't believe your lying eyes. You can see it. It's happening in real time.
Yeah, but to your point,
what they tried to do to Kyle Rittenhouse. Like,
oh God,
lunacy.
Well, to your point about the folks, getting arrested and being let go right away. I mean, there's a great deal of people that fall into that bucket, but just the total prosecution number of those people are like 50, 60%.
It's kind of boring, if I'm being honest. It's kind of boring so far. I'll give it another couple of minutes, and if a business don't pick up,
because you can't find an impartial jury in Washington D.C. They know that. It's what they're doing with Trump in New York. You're not going to find people in a jury that aren't going to convict Trump.
Yep.
You don't have people that believe, that he's got a right to a fair trial. They're fine saying, they're really for democracy when they can make up some sort of soundbite against it. But if they can use it to weaponize against someone else who doesn't share their exact opinion, we've seen this. This is how the left has functioned as they've sort of devolved in.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. So I'm gonna keep.
Look at what they've done to like Martina Navratilova, right?
Oh yeah,
incredible tennis player, one of the leaders of the gay and lesbian movement. She was preaching for that movement and fighting for that movement 30 years before it became all the rage, way before it was cool. But then when she came out a couple years ago and was like, well, I don't think men should be like competing against women in sports. Like, I was one of the elite women athletes of all time, and like the men would have destroyed me. They canceled her.
Yeah, this is kind of boring. Like Don Jr. kind of seems a little hyped up. He's a little hyped up. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of boring. So look, if you want to see that, you can go over there and do that. I got points that I want to make and I want to say things. I have nothing against Don Jr. Obviously I like Don Jr. a lot, but yeah. Yeah, it's kind of boring. So I'm not too worried about what I can recap that later. But right now, there's so much to talk about. So I don't want to waste any time on Tim Pool's show, because I want to talk about some major things that we need to actually look at. Now, one thing I want to point out, and this is it right here. Let me find this tweet and show you. It was from Benny Johnson. If I can find it, give me just a second. What am I the only one that thought he sounded way like he was really, really, really like Don Jr. seemed really animated, really animated. That's what it seemed like to me. Let's see. Hopefully this is what we get right here. Hopefully this is what we get. That's I want to see it. I want to see this. Give me a mugshot of Donald Trump so I can put it on a t-shirt and wear it everywhere. Give me a mugshot of Donald Trump. That's what I want to see right there. That's what I want to see. But he had a tweet, and I can't find it right this second. Did he remove that tweet? I'm not sure. Basically, Benny Johnson had a tweet, and he essentially was saying they locked up, or they've arrested Donald Trump. They've indicted Donald Trump. They just arrested a man for memes against Hillary Clinton, and Andrew Tate has now just walked out of prison after being locked up for 4 months. And how are people not realizing the nonsense going on? So again, we just had a man locked up for memes, and I saw the meme. The meme is not serious at all. It should scare the living fuck out of every single person that this guy got locked up over memes. This is from someone I'm not necessarily a fan of, but credit where credit's due. This is Ian Miles Chong, and it says, the Office of the Eastern District of New York just announced that Douglas Mackey, also known as Ricky Vaughn, has been found guilty. What is his crime? Posting memes. For real. They claimed he tried to trick voters out of casting their ballots for Hillary Clinton in 2016. How did he do that exactly? Through memes, apparently. Federal prosecutors called the images as part of a plot to disenfranchise black and women voters, but Mackey insisted that he was simply shitposting and sharing stupid memes. Pictured is the image that got him convicted. Who would even fall for this? Are people not allowed to joke? I've seen numerous liberals making the same joke, telling Trump voters to stay home or give them bad instructions. Did anyone fall for it? Doubtful. Should they be in jail? This is what got this dude locked up. It is Demolition Man level cringe. I mean, this is insanity. So this is why I continue to tell people, listen. And I understand that it was Romania versus United States. It doesn't matter. when they locked up Andrew Tate with absolutely no evidence whatsoever. I said, we can't allow this as a people. You can't allow this. And people are like, well, it's Romania. He deserves it. Now they've indicted the president of the United States, the former president of the United States. They've indicted him over hush money, which anybody with common sense says there's absolutely no legal standing they have. And you go, well, it's Trump. He's a target. Who's this guy? Who was this guy? Who was this guy? This guy's in 10 years. He got 10 years. 10 years for a meme. 10. Now, I saw this today, and I'm thinking to myself, how in the world are we a serious place right now? And this goes back to my problem right here. And this is a great meme right here. Sharing memes, election interference. Arresting a political party's leading political opponent, not election interference, according to the left. And I have to ask myself, I'm trying to find it right now, because this really drives me crazy, okay? Now, was it this one? Why are my bookmarks not working? My bookmarks are not working right now. Twitter, are you broken? Like, what's going on here? Why are you not working for me? Because I had several things that we were going to talk about tonight, and suddenly none of it's showing up. So give me a fucking minute. It's really aggravating me. Now, Glenn Beck, someone that Benny Johnson posted Glenn Beck being on Tucker Carlson and Glenn Beck's whole take over this whole thing. All right. And I get it. Glenn Beck, he was an anti-Trumper back in the day. He was a big anti-Trumper. And now suddenly Glenn Beck wants to wear a MAGA hat. This is my problem with this whole situation. My problem with this whole situation is that there is too many cowards in the Republican conservative side. There's too many cowards in the pundit side. I'm so tired of cowards not being able to stand by what is going on. Now Glenn Beck wants to put a MAGA hat on. Now you're ready to do it? It's a little too fucking late for that, Glenn Beck. It's a little too late. Little Ben Shapiro running around, reaching up on the counter, trying to get someone to pay attention to him. And all he's doing is shitting on Trump, talking down about Trump. I'm so tired of it. The left is unified. They're unified in their hatred of Trump, and that's why they're winning. Conservatives are a bunch of fucking cowards. They're a bunch of cowards. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. And it's not going to get any better. It's not. So right here, I'm looking for the Glenn Beck segment right here. So all right. Here it is right here. So here's the Glenn Beck segment. And hey, great. Congratulations, Glenn. Thanks for showing up.
When the history of cable news is written, assuming anyone bothers to write it, but if it ever is written, Glenn Beck will have his own chapter as possibly the greatest synthesizer of big ideas ever to appear on camera. And a lot of people made fun of Glenn Beck over the years for that. But if you go back and watch the tape, you will find out that maybe more than any other person on television, Glenn Beck got it right again and again and again. So we thought tonight is the perfect opportunity to hear from him. He's the co-founder of Blaze Media. He's just written a book called The Great Reset, and he joins us now for an overview of what we're watching. Glenn Beck, thank you so much for coming on tonight. How
thank you.
would you
very
interpret
kind of you
this?
To say.
Well, it's true.
So let me, I've got a couple of things here for you. Let me just go through. I'm going to bring I think a different perspective to this. We have the banking crisis. They say it's fine. It's just beginning. Yesterday, we had the Saudis and Brazil and China enter a deal to where the petrodollar is over. Brazil and China are going to trade in their own currency. That's the beginning of the end of our currency. That means a dollar collapse. That means we become Venezuela. We will have war with China. We will have war with Russia and Iran. We have the restrict bill. We have social media and our NSA and everybody else. in bed with each other, silencing people. We, of course, have the raccoon dogs, which we all know is bullcrap. And now this week we have a new gun grab that they're trying to do. Biden and his family taking money from the Chinese.
Hey, Glenn, this has been happening for a while. I mean, I know it's great to suddenly just wake up and realize, hey, all this is happening. Yeah, it was happening when you were crying about Donald Trump. It was crying when you were a never Trumper back in It was happening when you were crying and being a never Trumper back in 2016. Fucking cowards like you have allowed this to happen.
What do you think this Donald Trump thing is really all about? The America that we knew, the fundamental transformation that started in 2008 is finished. We are no longer viewed as a superpower. We are now an elderly, we're Joe Biden just walking into the twilight. What this is all about, I believe, is trying to inflame this country
Please tell me how that's ignorant as fuck, what I just said. Please tell me with your dog meme profile picture how that's ignorant. Please enlighten me how what I just said is ignorant. Glenn Beck was too busy crying about a conservative Republican nominee for president that was clearly the most popular man in the party, and there was no way another Republican was going to defeat him. He was too busy crying about that guy than the actual leftists that were destroying this country. So please go ahead and tell me how. Please explain that to me.
They've wanted violence from the right from the beginning. They can't wait it. They need it because
well, there's nothing wrong with them as long as you're not talking shit to me. So yours is awesome.
We strike out. Look at January 6th, the day they're letting the shaman out of prison because it was all trumped up. Thank you, Tucker Carlson, for revealing this. The day they're letting him out, they do this to Donald Trump. They want you to strike out. Why? Because then they can close the cage. I'm going to make another prediction for you, Tucker. You said I got it right. Well, everything I've been talking about since 2008, this is the time. I'm going to make a prediction. By 2025, we are going to be at war. We are going to have a new dollar, a currency that probably is coming from the central bank. We'll have a currency collapse, and we will live in a virtual police state. I know that might sound crazy to a lot of people. It's not far off. The Bill of Rights is gone. Nobody is paying attention. Where are the Republicans? Where are the decent Democrats that can see this is insanity? Donald Trump,
Yeah, Glenn, welcome to 2016. Glenn, welcome to 2016. Now, I don't know if any of my guys can find any clips of Glenn Beck crying and whining about Trump back in 2016. I would love to find some of those clips of hearing him whine and cry. Mr. I predicted. Yeah, how'd that work out for you back in 2016?
Reason why this is going to help Donald Trump, and that's why I don't think they're doing it so he can't run. They're doing it because they want people to strike out. Please turn to God, repent, pray for our country, pray for peace. Put on the full armor.
There we go. Some people do eventually change their minds, Jeremy. I wasn't initially a Trumper, but I am now, with all due respect, 100%. And I have no problem with that. My problem is that the people that were never Trumpers, a lot of them decided, hey, I'm fighting a losing battle, so I might as well just fall in line with Trump. And those same people were complete cowards leading into 2020. And they reluctantly put their support behind Trump. Yeah, I guess I'll vote for Trump. He's the best we got. He's your only fucking thing you've got. He's the only thing you've got. So you put your full fucking support behind him. and little Ben Shapiro and you know, rolling a round mound of rebound Glenn Beck and all these other fucks. It's just this passive aggressive endorsement of Trump. And it's like, you are the reason we are here. Cowards like you, cowards that can't just fully commit to something because he might not be your perfect candidate. He's not politically correct enough. Fuck off with that. Look at the way he ran the country. That's all that really matters. That's it.
Armor of God. But here's what's really what they miss.
But in terms of like somebody like you, I got no, you know, I'm not expecting everybody to just initially just be a Trump guy, but like Ben Shapiro literally called Trump a racist and a sexist and a misogynist. He called him these things in 2015. He called him all of the left-wing talking points, all of them. Said he was going to be a horrible president. Said he was the worst president ever. Yada, 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 yada.
Donald Trump is not even a person anymore. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of the average everyday guy that keeps getting screwed every single time. Watches other people screw up big banks, screw up their companies, and get away with it. They see people all the time doing stuff that they know if they did, they'd be in prison for 20 years. But because they're not part of the elite, they get away with it. Donald Trump has taken arrow after arrow, and that's why this is the way the average American feels tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a few Democrats out there, but this guy has been taking the bullets for the average person now for years. And people on the right feel like he's the only guy that really gets what the people are feeling. And it's not gonna end well for the Democrats in the next election. It's just not. I don't know if Donald Trump is
took it off real quick, didn't he? Took it off real quick, didn't he?
The winner or not. But I will tell you this: you're not going to stop 100 million people. This country is in shambles. And there's going to be 100 million people that will walk on broken glass and through fire to vote for someone other than this corrupt banana republic administration.
See, like, is he going to wear a MAGA hat tomorrow? Is it going to be MAGA in 2 weeks from now? Is it going to be MAGA in 6 months from now? Is he going to be MAGA when it's not politically or socially convenient for him and his brand? That's the true test of it right there. That's the true test. Like right now, you have no choice but to be MAGA. Everybody that's on the conservative side or the Republican side, right now, it's trendy to be MAGA now. It's suddenly trendy and convenient right now. Will you be that way in 2 weeks? Will you be that way in a year? Will you be that way in 5 years? That's the test. So we will see. We will see if Glenn Beck still wants to put the MAGA hat on. Hell, within 24 hours. It's like, you see how quickly he took it off? He couldn't even leave that thing on more than 20 seconds. Look how quickly he took that thing off. Let's count how long he had a MAGA hat on.
Other people.
Let's count.
Screw up big banks, screw up their companies, and get away with it. They see people all the time doing stuff that they know if they did, they'd be in prison for 20 years. But because they're not part of the elite, they get away with it. Donald Trump has taken arrow after arrow, and that's why this is the way the average American feels tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a few Democrats out there, but this guy has been taking the bullets for the average person now for years. And people on the right feel like he's the only guy that really gets what the people are feeling. And it's not gonna end well for the Democrats in the next election. It's just not. I don't know if Donald Trump is the winner
24
or not,
seconds.
but I will tell you this.
24 seconds. Maybe that's symbolic. Maybe the 24 seconds is symbolic, but Glenn Beck could only leave that thing on there for 24 seconds. So there you go. So, I mean, whatever, man. Whatever. You know, like that's how quickly he had to remove that Trump hat. Oh, got to get that thing off. It's like, now I didn't hear what Jason Whitlock said, but apparently he said some stuff about it. I'm not necessarily like, I don't really feel as strongly about Whitlock as I do some of these other conservatives, because I don't think he's actually a conservative at all. Blue Volt guy says, let's see, Wednesday's South Park was crap. I think that means Wednesdays. They still haven't made fun of Biden and made another episode about Trump due to TDS and had a lame mainstream media tier parody of Andrew Tate. Please look into it and possibly review. I saw some of the clips of the Andrew Tate stuff for sure. I have not seen the Trump stuff. Let me see. Jugger Nuts gifted 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. We're up to 43 new members as of right now. Only been live. We have more new members than minutes on this stream. We have more new members than seconds that Glenn Beck could wear a MAGA hat. Project Egg Roll, Asian podcast. When Trump gets back in office, he should hire my people. We're good at building walls. Oh, man. The Lost Tales, Donald Trump Jr. would have been a better time on the superior CobraCast IRL. Let's get him on. Ha ha ha. Honestly, I had a chance to get him on. My good friend John Bartolo, who got me the MAGA hat, the signed MAGA hat from 45. He was friends with Donald Trump Jr. and unfortunately he passed away, but that would have been super cool. And maybe at some point that'll happen. Lying dog face pony soldier with a gifted membership. Thank you. Back Goat Reverend. Can you bless the chat? Blessing the chat with the super chats and the member chats in a bit. I'm kind of on a roll right now, Back Goat. So we got to keep rolling, but I will bless the chat a little bit later. East Coast Toasted Boy, those fruit boots ain't getting no day of vengeance. Yeah, they canceled their day of vengeance. I heard about that. Gerald Armstrong, he wasn't arrested. He was found guilty. Who are we talking about? The memer guy. The fact that he's found guilty of anything is insane. It's insane. Buford T. Justice says Glenn Beck and Ron Deep State DeSantis are Bush Cheney neocons. Florida can keep Ron because MAGA won't be voting for him. Kari Lake is more of a man than Deep State DeSantis. I got to say, man, the amount of respect I have lost for Ron DeSantis is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy how much respect I have lost for him. What is the stop with the stupid BS, Jeremy? You're about to sound corporate. What stupid BS? I need specifically the issue. Specifically, what do you mean? I genuinely am asking. I'm genuinely asking. Like, I'm not even coming at you like, combative. I'm just genuinely asking, what do you mean by the corporate stuff? I need to know. What's this person's name? Loopy Locust. How do I sound corporate? I just need to know. I will wait for your response because I'm very interested to know. Ozzy Mora becomes a new member. Thank you. I'm waiting. I know it'll take a minute to type, so I'm letting everybody know that I'm looking. I don't think he did. I don't think he did at all, David. I think that DeSantis gave a generic, politically convenient post, and he didn't mention Trump's name in the post. He didn't even mention it, and he also didn't even take a stand. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't mention Trump's name, and he basically said something that absolves him from doing anything anyway, because Trump is going to have to give himself up. So it's not like Florida is going to have to get involved anyway. You know what I mean? You think about I think they meant that the Glenn stuff. Well, let me get clarification, and then I'll be able to answer. Like Kari Lake. Okay. Because you judge a person of goodness. I don't know what that means. Loopy Locust. I think you're a supporter too, so I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure you're like You've been here for a while, if I'm not mistaken, but because you judge a person of goodness, I don't know what that means. I need more specifics behind that. Because ultimately what I do is I support Trump. That's it. And, you know, like, I mean, look, for instance, Tucker Carlson. All right, Tucker Carlson, he's never backed Trump the way I think he should have either. He's never done it. So I got problems with that too, but just not as big a problem as people like Glenn Beck and Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I need more specifics. I need more specifics on this before I can dive deeper into it. Let me see. Holy shit. Did Kari Lake call out? Holy shit, Kari Lake called out Ron DeSantis. When was this? That was yesterday? Whoa! I didn't know this. Kari Lake called out Ron DeSantis. Bro. Here we go. Look at here. If your consultants are going to write a statement about President Trump being indicted, please make sure they have the decency to use his name. Boom! Holy shit. She is the real deal. She is the real deal. Wow. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Holy crap. That's what I said, though. That's what I said. Listen, I'm not coming out from a place of like ignorance here. I've been following Ron DeSantis for a long time. I live in the state of Florida. I've been talking this guy up for a while. He is so vague when he talks about this Trump stuff. He's so vague. Let me blow this up so everybody can see it a little better. He's so vague when he talks about it, and it doesn't make sense. So it's obvious that he made that statement knowing that Florida is not going to have to get involved. Trump is going to have to surrender. And that's going to be the end of it. So Florida's not going to have to play a part in this at all. Let me see. So there was a comment here, and I want to address this. And shout out to Kari Lake. Kari Lake, retweeting her right now. Let's put a GIF in here. Let's put a GIF. Let's put a GIF right here. Trump. Put a. Which one? Let's see. I'll just do correct. We'll do correct. Kari Lake is awesome. Yep. Send now. There we go. All right. Kari Lake is awesome. All right. So I want to address this right quick. I thought D-Day Cobra preached not turning on people because we don't agree 100 of the time. Who have I turned on? Challenging someone or calling someone out is not turning on someone. I am simply saying that right now, we need people that can stay the course. We need people that can actually stay the course. And the course is to support Trump. That's my point. So that's my entire point. So I am not interested in like I've been on the Blaze multiple times. I've been on the Daily Wire, connected with the Daily Wire multiple times. Smart money would be for me to just say whatever I need to say so I can be connected to these massive entities. I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about doing the one thing that I think will save us, supporting Donald Trump. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. So I will continue to call that out, no matter who that is, no matter what that is. I will call out the hypocrisy on it. Now, again, if you're not a supporter of Trump at all, or the conservative side or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I can't call you out on not staying the course on it. Like someone like Eric July, Ripa. Ripa ain't no Trump guy. Ripa ain't no conservative. Ripa ain't no Republican. Why would I get upset that Ripa doesn't support Trump? He never supported Trump. He's never going to support Trump. Okay, I'm not mad at you for that. Because he's never going to. I get mad at the people that cry about Trump but claim to be conservatives and Republicans. And they're just upset because Trump's way too powerful and popular. and he moves the party in, I guess, the wrong direction, which essentially just means not their direction. And now they want to wake up and cry about the Democrats taking over. And now they want to be fair weather Trump fans. Those are the people I'm talking to. So, I mean, it just, the whole thing is a mess and a disaster. All right, there's a ton of super chats, and I know that, and I appreciate you guys, and I'm going to get to them. I've seen a lot of you. John Yarber just gifted 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Buford T. Justice, I got that one. John Yarber for 20. Sounds like a setup for the shill Republicans to save us all. It won't be Trump. They push at us. Trump 2024. I hear you, and that's what I'm talking about. I want to hear what Jason Whitlock had to say. So let's listen to what this Whitlock said. Whitlock on Tucker. Let's hear what he had to say. Did I just share the wrong screen? I think I did. Let me see. No. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Okay. So here we go. All right, here we go.
Tucker, I don't say this with pride. I really don't. I'm just being factual. I've never voted. And so I'm not saying that with pride. I'm hardcore MAGA tonight. I will be voting. I am hardcore.
We'll see. We'll see if he keeps this energy.
For MAGA. I've never voted. I did, I observed Trump. I'm somewhat supportive of Trump, but they have made me MAGA. And they have made me ready for whatever is next, because what they are building for young people, I can't sit by and just let it happen without raising my voice and without being willing to sacrifice whatever so that kids don't live in a communist Marxist society. These people that think the government is going to take care of them don't understand history, that they've never studied history. They don't understand how tyrannical a government is. If they have their way, if they have their way, we're all catching hell except for the elites. And yes, I have a very good bank account, and perhaps I'm an elite, but my heart is working class. My parents were factory workers. I came from nothing in this country. I'm black. They're telling everybody, black kid, oh, you can't come from nothing and make it in this country. That's bullshit. This country is the greatest country in the history of the planet. It's the safest, most prosperous place for black people and all people. That's why people are beating down the doors to get here. And they've demonized the whole thing, and they've turned Trump into this devilish Luciferian character when they are the devils. They're the ones that don't believe in God.
Jason Whitlock. I agree. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Do you, Tucker? Do you really agree? Do you? Because again, we will see how passionate these fair weather MAGA fans are when the time really counts. I hope they are. I hope they are. I've been watching Jason Whitlock for a long time. I like Jason Whitlock. He's always been in the sports world, so I've always liked Jason Whitlock, and I appreciate him. And are you though? Are you really gonna believe that when the time comes? And is Tucker Carlson really gonna believe that when the time comes? I don't know, but we'll see. I even have a problem with Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan said point blank, I'm not going to interview Donald Trump because I don't want to help him. That's what Rogan said a year ago. Would you say that about Obama? Would you say that about Obama? Would you say you're not going to interview Barack Obama? Because I have a hard time believing that Joe Rogan would decline Barack Obama in an interview. I have a hard time believing that. A very hard time believing that. He point blank said that, though. His exact words were, I don't want to interview Trump because I don't want to help him. That's what he said. That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. The problem is that under Trump, something changed. The respect for the presidency of the United States went out the window. When I was growing up, you respected the office, regardless if you agreed or disagreed. You respected the office. You know what I mean? And like the fact that you had sports teams like declining to go to the White House because Orange Man bad. We've never seen anything like that. It's the biggest disrespect I've ever seen in my life. We've never seen anything like that. You know what I mean? And so I have a hard time believing that Joe Rogan would publicly decline a Barack Obama request for an interview. I have a hard time believing that. Didn't he interview Bernie? I don't watch Joe Rogan consistently, but didn't he interview Bernie? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I can't remember. So he interviewed Bernie. Did he interview any other politicians? He interviewed Tulsi. I know he interviewed Tulsi. Who else did he interview? He interviewed Tulsi, interviewed Bernie. Who else did he interview? Why would Trump want to talk to Rogan? Well, I mean, Rogan has the biggest show on the internet, so I mean, it would be beneficial for sure. Talk to Dan Crenshaw. Did he talk to Dan Crenshaw? Andrew Yang. So it's interesting. So it's like, so you're willing to help. So again, by that definition, like, I don't want to help Trump. So by your own you're admitting that whenever you interview someone, it's with the intent to help them. That's not really what the interview is supposed to be about. So you're saying that you don't want to interview Trump because you don't want to help him. So are you saying that everybody you interview you interview them with the intent to help them? That's a really interesting standard that you're implementing. Of course, Trump is bigger than Rogan. Trump's bigger than anybody, but it's still like, look at Elon. Is Elon bigger than Rogan? Yeah, Elon's bigger than Rogan, but Elon's Rogan interview was legendary. You know what I mean? Huge, like hundreds of millions of views on YouTube. It was legendary. So it's about the setting, it's about the moment. And if Trump did an interview with Joe Rogan, it would literally break the internet. But apparently Joe Rogan doesn't have the balls to do it. So, you know, it is what it is. So, we still have, we got 1,100 people here. We got 600 likes. We got 51 new members now. Thank you so much. And this one, again, I haven't seen it. Benny Johnson tweeted this one out, so we're going to watch this one too. We're just catching up on all these news clips from Fox News. Benny Johnson tweeted this out, and he said, this is the most important 3 minutes of TV you'll ever watch. Every word Greg Gutfeld perfectly summarizes what Trump indictment really is about. This isn't about the left going after the right. It's about the elites going after the outsiders. Spoiler alert. That's what it's always been about. That's what it's always been about. Always been about that.
Sorry, the congresswoman who was on TV said Soros-backed DA. It is inaccurate, and it has put lives in danger. People should just be honest
Everything
about
puts
what's
lives in danger, but then when people die, it's like it's not a big deal, right? We get a mass shooting in a school, and whose lives are in danger? Trans, according to the White House. I'm just saying, if you want to go in that direction, we can all do that.
I want to ask you, though, about, because you mentioned James Comey and some things that went on under his watch.
Just what he said?
He tweeted, and I think we have the tweet. It's been a good day, Greg.
Well, you know,
this coward, James Comey, is such a coward. He tweeted this out. It started to get ratioed. He limited replies because he knew he was going to get absolutely annihilated because he is a pathetic loser beyond belief.
Greg.
Well, you know, I would like to speak about just like the people who are giddy in the media, and especially in New York. I have a feeling they've probably never been mugged. because we're witnessing a pretty big trade. We have a DA that chose not to prosecute criminals and devote almost all of his time chasing the great white whale or the great orange whale that is Trump. So there was a trade there. And why is that important? It's because you're seeing a major reframing in the way actually, the way I look at this world. I don't see things left or right anymore. I see things as inside and outside.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there were two people that were targeted this week. You couldn't get more opposite between Matt Taibbi and Donald Trump. One, a renegade progressive journalist. Another, a renegade Republican president. What do they have in common? They're both on the outside. So this isn't about the left going after the right. It's about the elites going after the outsiders. And if you look at all of the things that we talk about on the show and the things that piss you off, do you know why nothing gets done? Because you're the outsider, right? If you're concerned about the border, if you're concerned about crime, if you're concerned about inflation, and if you happen to like Trump, you're an outsider. Inside elites have no concerns about anything. They don't live in the border states, right? They don't have to worry about crime. They don't have to worry about guns because they got private security. As for Trump, they hate him. They don't care if he was feared by foreign powers. They don't care if he had a good economy. They just don't like him. They kept that. This guy's getting prosecuted because of tweets, because they mentally deranged him. This is the first prosecution based on Trump derangement syndrome. We know that. We know this is political. Don't pretend that this is over an unindicted co-conspirator. That's garbage. Lastly, we have to go back and think about what we miss whenever we see a political witch hunt. There are three things that I remember in my lifetime. One, we can go back to COVID. The first 2 months of COVID, we were doing a Trump impeachment. We lost 2 months. I remember it was on every channel while this weird thing got out of the Pandora's box in China, but we were getting our teeth sunk in Trump theater. Then you go back even further, 9/11. What happened before 9/11? Another political witch hunt. This time it was about a blue dress, right? We didn't see Al-Qaeda coming because we're too busy worrying about the president coming. That's a witch hunt. There are three witch hunts right now. There's 9/11, there's COVID. What did we talk about today? What was the big story? All of these techno nerds, right, from Silicon Valley saying the biggest threat in the world, is AI without proper control,
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't changed, but it's out of the news. That got pushed out of the news because of this, because we can't get enough of Trump. That's on the media. So, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I do?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It is really hard for me to get excited when people get on the soapbox when it's convenient. I have nothing against Greg Gutfeld, by the way. I just have a hard time believing they're going to have this same energy in a week or a month or a year from now. I really do. I really want. They're not going to have this energy. All of these people that are playing, I'm fired up. Donald Trump is being persecuted. This is horrible. We're going to be a police state. Everything's going downhill. And it's like, this has been happening. This is nothing new. Nothing new has happened. We've been dealing with this since 2016. Nothing has changed outside of a bullshit indictment has come down. But that doesn't change what has been happening. Where have you been? Why is it now that the indictment has happened? Why is it now everybody is willing to stand up and talk about how ridiculous this is? Why is it now? And I just don't believe that same energy from a lot of these people is going to be there in a day, a week, a month, a year. I just don't. If it is, that's great. But I'm not going to get excited because you are ranting in a moment when it is literally the easiest time to rant and rave about something. When we've been dealing with it for years, it's been right in front of your faces, and now you're ready to rant and rave about it. Why? Because an indictment happened? Does that change Russia? Does that change the 2020 election? Does that change COVID? Does that change all the lies that has been spread? I mean, I don't know. It's like when I used to get excited when I would hear like Ted Cruz and other senators or congressmen or something roasting people on the floor. I'm like, oh, they're roasting, Mark Zuckerberg or Jack Dorsey. This is awesome. Let's get him. And nothing would happen. And then 3 months later, we get a new round where they're roasting them and they're calling them out and they're yelling and everybody's, yeah. And you're like, nothing's happening. What's the point of this? Why are you doing this? What is the point? If the cameras aren't on, they don't really care about these things. So I'm desensitized to people being on their soapboxes when the moment is most convenient. I'm desensitized to it. And watching Glenn Beck just take that hat off within 20 seconds of putting it on, it just showed he didn't really care. It was just a little gimmick skit that he wanted to do. It was stupid. So, I don't know, man. We shall see. We shall see. I'm not convinced these people can stay the course. I really am not convinced at all. I mean, because, like, do you want to see what we're dealing with here? You want to see what we're dealing with right now? These people that I'm about to show you, they're going to be doing the same thing that I'm about to show you. They're going to be doing it in a week. They're going to be doing it in a month. They're going to be doing it in a year. They're going to be doing the same thing that I'm about to show you right now.
Protect trans kids! 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 Protect trans kids!
So they're going to do that next week, next month, next year. We'll see if all these sudden MAGA fans are going to be talking about how important it is to support Donald Trump. We'll see. I personally, I don't know. I have a very, very hard time believing that. Hopefully I'm wrong. Meanwhile, let's check in on this guy right here.
The town of Rolling Stone will be back and will be with you every step of the way. And what did I say? I said Rolling Fork, Rolling Stone. I got my mind going here. The town of Rolling Stone will be back and will be with you every step of the way. And what did I say? I said Rolling Fork, Rolling Stone. I got my mind going here.
Yeah. But you know, Trump's the biggest threat to our democracy. I did see this. I don't know who this person is, but let's listen to this chick right here. Somebody tagged me in this, so we're going to check this out. So it says, what was the DeSantis event in Georgia really like, and what actually happened? Here's a breakdown and key takeaways from your citizen anti-journalist, Randy. I don't know who this is, but let's hear what she has to say.
Me and the crew just got back from crashing the DeSantis book signing. Here are my takeaways from that. I noticed as I drove around the parking lot, there were a lot of Florida plates, not very many Georgia license plates. Maybe he's got a road crew. I don't know. There were some kind of young people waving these handmade, looked like car wash signs, but they were run, run, run signs. They were wearing DeSantis 2024 shirts, professionally printed. Come to find out, DeSantis team was giving those out for free. So, book signing? I asked them why they're wearing these shirts if he hasn't announced he's running yet. And they said, he's obviously going to announce any day now. I mean, he's running. They said, well, I mean, we're good either way. Good luck to you guys too. We'll vote for either one. Not a strong endorsement. There is a lot of media there. Not a lot of attendees, but a lot of media. I mean, they even had drone taking footage and a lot of different news outlets were there. Oh, the Trump bus showed up. That was dope. And that was a big flex. Parked it right there in view of the people in line for the book signing. And it was funny because some of those people were cheering for the Trump bus and came over to get their picture taken with it. And they said, we're here for the book signing, but we're voting Trump. And the weirdest thing, you guys, everyone we talked to said the same damn thing. I didn't have a single person all day tell me they're voting DeSantis 2024. There were about maybe 250 people total there. Not a single person identified as a DeSantis voter. There was DeSantis Kemp 2024 sign.
I'm telling you, I think that the point, I think that the point here is that you're going to eventually see, you're going to see a lot of these Republicans, these conservatives, Republicans that are, oh, we got to fight for MAGA. And then they'll slowly start shifting that support over to DeSantis. I think the plan is for DeSantis to be the 2024 nominee. The Republican Party wants to back DeSantis. I do not think that they want Trump. I think they're going to abandon Trump at some point. And the fact that MAGA is so strong means they're essentially going to destroy not only Trump's campaign, but DeSantis' campaign too. That's what I think is going to happen.
Out there. That's interesting because that would mean two governors are abandoning their office midterm to run together against Trump. When we got inside the building, there was a lot of security and they were continually flanking us because we went in like this. We did hold up a Trump flag, but we didn't make any noise. We didn't fight with anyone, argue with anybody, yell, disrupt, nothing. But they did kick us out. If it were just a book signing, why are you kicking people out? This guy has announced, right? He's running for president and has a campaign going on. So if you're America First and you're MAGA, and you're just doing your book and you're going to be governor of Florida for the next 3 years, why are you mad that someone's wearing a Trump hat and holding a Trump flag? Because that shit is not a book signing. That was 100% a rally, if I've ever seen one, a very tiny one, a very low energy one. Everybody was seated most of the time. And it was an old.
I want to address this one really quick. Thank you for the $25. I appreciate it. Ashray. Jeremy, you're being unfair to Rogan. He's done more for our side than anyone else. He's been talking about the current cultural issues longer than Trump has even been aware of them. He doesn't owe anyone an interview. Well, I mean, he doesn't owe anyone an interview. But when he actively, publicly says that he does not want to help Trump, then I have the right to respond to his claim to say, that's bullshit. So Joe Rogan self-admitting that he could help Trump. Meanwhile, he sees what's in the White House. So I'm not going to just sit there and make up an argument about Joe Rogan and why he should interview Donald Trump. He publicly addressed this. He publicly said, I am not going to help Donald Trump. I don't want to interview him. Trump has reached out. He wants the interview. I am not going to help him. Those are Joe Rogan's words. So I do have the right to respond to what he publicly said and call him out on that if I disagree, which I massively disagree with him. And I think it's a huge problem. And it's another reason why the left continues to win. The left is unified in their hatred. So I do appreciate the super chat. And no hate against you. It's a fair thing to say. I think that I have the right to respond to it when he publicly says when he publicly says that. I think I have the right to publicly respond and check him on that. Let's see. Here we go.
Older crowd. Aside from the size and the lack of energy in the crowd, it was definitely a rally. I mean, they had a stage set up. By the way, they put up a solid blue fence so that you can't see DeSantis' feet or make fun of his shoes while he's on stage. That was funny. When you're waiting for him to come out on stage, they had the Trump's rally playlist music type of music playing. He's got his presidential campaign slogan everywhere. Then never back down. And DeSantis 2024, he had a senator come out and do a speech, and then some other guy come out and introduce him and do a speech before he came out to the podium and did his speech. He just went on and on about his record and his accomplishments and how it's the blueprint for the rest of the country. That was a stump speech. Nothing about this was a book signing. The motherfucker didn't even sign no books, at least not before he got kicked out. This guy is breaking like so many campaign laws blatantly. And I was sitting here wondering, why is he doing this hardcore push in Georgia? The nerve. Now we know because the news just broke. Well, the same day that he's campaigning in Georgia, holding his little rally, Trump's about to get indicted. So you can see the coordinated move here to try and make him the more appealing candidate for conservatives. It's not going to work. Trump is going to shoot up in the polls and he's still going to be the guy. Nobody's going Team DeSantis after this indictment. And if last week didn't prove that, I don't know what else you need. I guess we'll find out. One thing I will say, Ron DeSantis' voice, insufferable. Even worse in person. He sounds like a Muppet. It's very nasally. His laugh is god awful. Ugh, so boring. No charisma. Kind of tired talking points. He sounds very insecure. He came out saying polls don't matter. We don't pay attention to polls. Okay, Rob. Okay, Rob. I've heard rumors about Rob being really insecure, severe social anxiety, to where he has a very hard time with public speaking and interacting with the public. And boy, does that show in person. Oh my God. He kept fidgeting and shuffling and putting his hands in his pockets, yanking them back out of his pocket. His palms must have been so sweaty because he was rubbing his palms up and down the podium the whole time. His hands were trembling when he was flipping the pages of his little speech that his handlers probably made for him. Oh, boyfriend was a mess. And he was obviously quite nervous and he kept fumbling words and whatnot. He's just an establishment disaster. He's Jeb Bush. He's Paul Ryan. He's Karl Rove. All of the support for him is synthetic. The way he's going about his campaign is straight up deceitful and shady, pretty surreptitious, but he's doing it with the support and backing of the establishment. That is quite obvious. So at the end of the day, Trump is still the guy. Agenda 47 is it. After seeing Ron in person, I'm glad I got kicked out of his rally because it was boring as fuck. So that's Rob 2024.
I like the Rob 2024. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. I like Rob 2024. That's pretty funny. Look, so I mean, I remember the Laura Loomer deal where Laura Loomer, and I don't know much about Laura Loomer, but she like posted some stuff about like getting kicked out of a DeSantis book signing or something. And I saw it and I was like, really? Like, that doesn't seem right. That seems a little weird to me. Did that really happen? And now you've heard like different reports from different people that if you're a Trump voter and you're at a DeSantis book signing or something like that, they're kicking people out. I don't know, man. I mean, it seems a little strange. I've been to a DeSantis event, a couple of his events. One of them, that was before all of this started. So this was like, back during the midterms. And dude, I was at a DeSantis event in Florida, in Tampa. Shout out to Benny Johnson for getting us in there. It was MAGA central. Like there were MAGA people everywhere. Obviously, there's DeSantis people too, but it was MAGA heavy, really MAGA heavy. So, Trump's DeSantis' whole base it's all MAGA. It just is. And I don't know if I really, what I think has happened, and again, I'm speculating here, but I believe that Ron DeSantis has been told by the powers that be in the Republican Party that Trump is done. They're not going to support him. He's going to be indicted. He's going to be facing legal battles. We're not going to fully back him. We're not going to support him. You're the guy. We need you to be the guy. He's got the Bush crime family supporting him. He's got Karl Rove, who's going to run his campaign. Karl Rove got George W. Bush elected twice, one of the dumbest fucking presidents we've ever had. And so he's got the establishment behind him. He's got the Paul Ryans of the world. And the way he's acting leads me to believe that that's exactly what has happened. And it's sad. It's sad because I am a huge fan of Ron DeSantis, or I was. But now here we are. So it is what it is. It sucks. And I don't know when this is going to end. We've got Kremlin for a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you so much. Alec Baldwin's finger for 10. Tim has a lot of independent and libertarian audience. Those are the people that need to be on the one over for the win. I agree with that. Look, I don't disagree with you at all, Alec Baldwin's finger. In fact, that's why I want him to be more steadfast in his support of Trump and quit waffling and quit wavering and quit riding the fence like a coward. The people need to know what's going on without someone that can't fully commit to what the problem is and what the solution is. The problem is the Democrats and the left. The solution is Donald Trump. It's just not complicated. It gets complicated when people like Tim and Glenn Beck and little Ben Shapiro can't commit to what the solution is. That's the solution right there. No, he doesn't fully support Trump, Tony Mack. I showed you a video just like a few months ago where Tim was basically saying Trump's done. He's retiring. He's done. I can't take him seriously anymore. He's selling NFTs. He's selling NFTs. He's done. This is just a few months ago. Trump's he's retiring. He's retiring. He's done. I can't take this man seriously anymore because he was selling a superhero NFT. Well, first of all, I found the superhero NFT incredibly cringe too. Okay, the superhero, it was super cringe. It's okay to call Trump out on his cringiness. The superhero NFT was mega cringe. It's also very Trumpian. It's very Trumpian for Trump to sell a fucking comic book of himself as a superhero. That's Trump. That's what he does. That's not surprising. It's not surprising. It's the most Trump thing ever. Donald Trump. We need a superhero. What was that? Well, I'm going to find the Trump NFT commercial right now. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yes, it's cringe, but damn, it was funny, man. Let's see. Let's see. It's such a Trump thing, dude. It's the most Trump shit ever. We need a superhero. It's Trump. Here we go. Oh man, are they gonna play it?
One major celebrity, former President Donald Trump's own NFT collection.
Oh, come on, Yahoo. Give me a minute. I'll find it. Guys, find me the actual commercial of the Trump NFT. It's the funniest shit ever. Is this it? Yes, here it is. Here it is. I got it. I got it. Trump's the fucking best, dude. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make.
God damn it. Play the whole thing.
They're called Trump digital trading cards. These cards feature some of the really incredible artwork pertaining to my life and my career. It's been very exciting. It's a one-on-one meeting, also doing Zoom calls, a one-on-one meeting, autographing memorabilia, and so much more. We're doing a lot right now. And remember, Christmas is...
He's trying to fucking horse. So whenever this came out, all right, whenever this came out, like all right, here, hang on. All right, so whenever this first came out, like it was this, people were so like upset about it. And I mean, I thought it was funny. I laughed, you know what I mean? But Tim Pool was like, he's retiring. He's done. I can't take him seriously anymore. He's done. And it's like, dude, it's Trump. Like this is what he fucking does. It's funny. It's cringy, but it's still funny. And so right here, let's check this out.
America needs a superhero.
She's like,
America needs a superhero.
America needs a superhero, and it's him. It's Trump. You know, how can you get mad about that? How can you get mad about that? It's just who he is. Like, have you guys ever seen this clip right here? This is one of my favorite Trump clips ever. All right. Like, I heard like Ian on Timcast, he was upset because Trump, you know, the way he talks and stuff. And it's like, that's how he is. Like this right here. This is so funny.
Okay. You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that
no,
you like.
I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible. The whole Bible is an incredible. I joke. Very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
Okay. You mentioned the Bible.
Probably equal. Probably equal. Who the fuck says that? Who says that? Probably equal. God, so funny, man. So anyway, that was a long way of me reacting to when somebody says Tim fully supports Trump, and it's like, no, he doesn't. That's the problem. He doesn't fully support. He cries all the time about Trump doing this and Trump doing that, and it's like, dude, this is who he is. This is what he does. You know what I mean? Dizzy 1066 is with indictment. Trump should arrive in New York on a Zamboni, drinking steam wisers and clothes lining brags. Meme idea, bro. Just take it full WWE at this point in time. It'd be fantastic. It'd be fantastic. Let's see. Zinny Biscuit. Trump mugshot shirt with "They're not after me, they're after you." Make this mugshot more famous than Frank Sinatra's. Absolutely. Absolutely. AJ Speaks says Beck has been a fan for a while, admitted he was wrong about Trump and apologized to Trump personally years ago. He's not just now jumping on MAGA. But what I think is, like, I don't feel that he has been this committed to MAGA. I feel like he's been waffling. He's been fair weather. He likes to dip his toes to see what the temperature of the water is, yada, yada, yada. He still, can't fully commit. And again, that's fine. It's your right as an individual to support whoever you want. But don't come crying about the left when there's one clear solution to the problem. There is a clear solution. And the more that conservatives waffle and ride the fence and try to dip their toes in to get the temperature first, the more that the left is just going to be unified in their hatred of Trump. So there's answers on both sides of the equation, actually, and the answer is the same on both sides. The answer to the left and their dominance is their hatred of Trump. The answer to the right and how to stop the left is to support Trump. That's the answer. That's the answer. Analog Hermit says, yo, Cobra, finally watched Office Space the other day, and it's amazing. Also, my cat, Obi, is all good now. Big love, thanks to all the good vibes. Hail Snake Pit. Hail Daddy Trump. Love from Sydney. I am so happy that your cat is doing well. I appreciate you. That is awesome. Snake Pit, rise up. Let Analog Hermit know that we're happy that his cat Obi is doing great. As far as Office Space, legendary comedy, one of the best, definitely a top 5 comedy of all time for me. Office Space is awesome. Luke Voss becomes as a member for a month. Hey, Jeremy, love the show. If we get a Trump mugshot, the left will start saying it's a false flag to get Trump elected. Hope everyone's prepared. Oh, it's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. E-Hef says, Don Jr. called into Timcast and spoke for about an hour tonight. The man talks more than my grandma on crack. I'm going to have to check that one out at some point. Torchwood Gal says people wake up when things personally affect them. I mean, I agree, but problem is these things have been personally affecting us since 2016. And if you haven't been paying attention, then that's one of the main problems that we're having right now. Shout out to our Rumble audience. We've got 100 people watching over there. I appreciate you guys being over there and supporting us over there on Rumble. We do have memberships on Rumble, which I have not looked into. I need to look into. I don't know if I need to do something to engage those or not, but I will look into that. Demogeny, not a Brandon guy, not a Trump guy, but this is BS. I hear you, Demogeny. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Nick Braun says, when Chicago was burning and our mayor was busy protecting the rioters, Trump was the only one willing to use force to stop the violence. From that point forward, I saw through the lies about him. Awesome. Thank you for that, man. Let's see. Val Winter. That's all I'm going to say. What is happening in the U.S. and slowly in the West makes me think that we will be like RoboCop, Judge Dredd, Cyberpunk Universe, Continuum TV show. All not a future we want. No, not at all. I've been thinking about like Half-Life 2. I don't know if a lot of people played Half-Life 2, but that's kind of what I feel like we're heading towards in the next like 5 or 10 years, potentially. It could be like Half-Life 2. One of the greatest video games of all time, by the way. Demolition Man, things like that. Christian Rocker, not a Beck fan, but from what he and others like he have, let's see, hang on. Not a Beck fan, but what would he and others like him have to do to make you believe that they are truly in Trump's corner now? It's real simple. Keep the same energy that you had today. Keep it for the next year and a half. Keep it for the next year and a half until the election of 2024. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just keep that same energy. Gung Ho Max says, I hope Trump gets elected and arrested. State of the Union from the prison yard is too good. That would be the best CobraCast IRL ever to live stream that one. That'd be great. Demogeny, I see my post on Twitter. I think you'll like it. All right, I'll check the Hailstorm. Check out Demogeny's post on Twitter if you can find it. Ray Atkinson, I was a Trump 2021 and cheered 2016. Love you, MAGA, now and forever. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Anthony, Jeremy is king. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dude, 1286. How can I put my full support behind a person who signed the bump stock ban executive order? 2A is a right that should not have allowed for them to cross any lines. Because the option is Joe Biden and he wants to take all of your guns. So while you have a valid criticism of Trump, do you want Biden and Kamala? Just saying. It's a valid criticism, but to answer the question, the other option is Biden. So that's the problem we're facing right there. Blue Volt guy, CNN, Coruscant News now. New info shows Anakin wouldn't have killed the youngling if the bigot Jedi Council respected his pronouns of Master Jedi Master. Thank you. I appreciate that. Twitchy Finger becomes a member. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the Snake Pit. John Yarber gifted those 5 memberships. Thank you. Shit, it jumped on me. It always jumps on me. Why does it happen? Occam Asylum. It's hard to believe in anyone when it comes to politics, but has that really changed? My cynical side believes it has always been that way. Is that for the best? We should always question. I agree. Again, if we're just in such a desperate time right now, and if you're actually looking at how the left operates, I don't think there's any questions as to what the correct answer is to battle against them. That's all. And that's just where we are, unfortunately. Josie Pureblood, God bless you, Jeremy, and the whole Geeks and Gamers team. Hail CobraCast, let Freenup ring. Thank you. And again, we will be at MegaCon tomorrow, 2:30. Can't wait. John Yarber, Tucker comes from huge money. Glenn is a neocon shill, and Little Ben wants the money. Tim Pool wants to be Little Ben. I agree. Although I do like Tucker. John Yarber, I voted for Ross Perot in 92. That's when I learned about the deep state. Thank you, John. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier gifts a membership. Thank you. Dizzy, I listen to Ben and others. He looks at it from a pure political gameship, right or wrong. While Trump has had my vote since 2020, I care more about getting the Dems out. If Trump is the best answer, I'm in. And that's what I believe, too. I believe he's the best answer. And that's just ultimately where it falls. Oracle of Doom. Hail Cobra Commander, one of the most honest people on the web. Hail Cobra Crew. Hail Snake Pit. Thank you. I appreciate it. Venom Kaitsu. Hail Snake Pit. Got my new apartment sorted. Get ready for more Geeks and Gamers. Hail Cobra. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Ministry of Wrong Thing. Not sure if I missed the 90s because things were genuinely better politically or because I was just too young and ignorant. I can genuinely tell you that the 90s were just better than where we are now. The political propaganda and the divide right now, it's at another level. It's at a completely another level right now. So it definitely was better. It definitely was better in the 90s. 90s were fantastic. Hold my beer. Says Joe Rogan is worried he will like Trump if he interviews him. I think he actually, like, it seems like he would, based on the stuff, the ways he reacts about things. It seems like he would very much like Trump, which makes it even stranger that he wouldn't want to interview the guy. I think Joe Rogan would love Trump. It's like he's scared. It's like he's scared to interview Trump. I think that's what it comes down to. I think he's scared to interview Trump. Captain Clean says Geeks and Gamers is not on the MegaCon website list of guests. We should be on the schedule. Hang on. Let's see. Let's see here. Plan your visits. Not on guests. So under guests, I don't think they've got us on the YouTubers thing, which probably is gonna make us miss a lot of people. But we are on the schedule. So if you go to schedule and you go to Saturday, let me see. Let me confirm this really quick. 2:30. God, there's a lot going on at MegaCon, man. There is a lot going on. Yep. All right. So if you go to their schedule and you go to Saturday, so you go to right here, go to schedule, go to Saturday. You have to scroll down a good ways because we're at 2:30. But I don't see a lot of people like right there. So there we are. So featuring D-Day Cobra, RK Outpost, and Drunk 3PO. We are in S3, let's see, S320G. So that's where we are right there. Let me blow that up. You guys probably can't read that. So of course it jumped on me. So that's where it's at. I do wish we were on the YouTubers one, and I think that's going to throw us. I think that's going to throw a lot of people off by not finding us because we're not on the YouTubers one. But right there. So there we are. So there you go. If you're in Orlando, if you're at MegaCon 2:30 tomorrow, and it is on the schedule there. It's just not on the guests with the YouTubers, which it should be, and that would help us a lot. So we shall see. But I hope you guys can make it out. That would be fantastic if you can. Got that one. Got that one. FMJHP, protect all kids. Exactly. Eric K, these people are groomers and Fredos. 100% agree. Andrew Lundell says Fox News is controlled opposition. It's that simple. Yeah, not a big fan of Fox News. Ministry of Wrong Thing. She's the Tim Pool from a based timeline. Also hot. Uncle Sam. F it, jail Trump, then run Junior. No one is talking about that. Junior is just a capable, and I dare say it, more charismatic. Hail Geeks and Gamers. I don't think Junior's more charismatic than Trump. I don't think anybody's more charismatic than Trump. But outside of that, I don't disagree with a lot of what you said. But yeah, charisma-wise, nobody's beating Trump in charisma. Eric K., if we remember history, Woodrow Wilson beat William Taft because the Republican Party would not get behind him, the most popular candidate, Teddy Roosevelt. History often repeats itself. Moral objection. The problem is cowards like Tim appeal to the center. No hard beliefs. Runs whenever it gets too tough. Hides and talks tough. Agreed. Jace the pop culture vandal. Admit it, Jeremy. You bought a couple of those NFTs. I should have. I didn't, but I should have. Even though I criticized the hell out of it. Trent Johnson says Razorfish showed us all that Trump is better than Lincoln. Hail Razor Fist. Blue-eyed Scorpio. I despise you. Wait, do I despise you or do I loathe you? Probably equal. Shout out to you, Blue-eyed Scorpio. Curtis D of Montana. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Cobra Pit. Let's see. Two things. One, I have a series. I think you mean serious. I have a serious problem with Trump being very anti-Second Amendment. Second, I am so glad that you and other Geeks and Gamers people did not do business with Big Daddy Unlimited. Yeah, Big Daddy Unlimited, they brought us out. We had a day on the range with them. They were fantastic to us. They treated us really nice, really good guys. Have nothing to say bad about any of those guys. We shot a lot of guns that day and went through a lot of ammunition, and they were super safe. They were super respectful. And there were more discussions that actually went on, and there were opportunities, and I just never moved forward with any of them. And like the day that you guys you guys hear us talking about meta PCs and things like that. And we finally took a sponsor, and it's a tough thing to tell. I appreciate my audience. I respect my audience. I get a ton. I would have so much money if I took sponsors. I get sponsor offers every day, multiple ones. Like I probably 10 emails a day with sponsors just offering money if I plug their product in my video, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, it's like, there's a reason that I work for you guys, so I would rather when people say, oh, he just cares about the money. And it's like, I mean, money's good. Super chats are nice, but I do have a level of integrity that I have for my audience and what we do. And I'm just not going to take every sponsor that comes my way that throws money at me, and a lot of people go, oh, this guy just gets so many super chats and gifted memberships. And I was like, yes, because I think that the audience, understands that I'm as authentic as I can possibly be. I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, and I'll admit when I make those mistakes, but I don't want to just take sponsors to take sponsors. It's just not who I am. Obviously if the right situations present themselves, then of course I'm going to work something out, but I'm very reluctant to just jump in with any sponsor. So anyway, that's where we are with that one. But so no, I did not move forward with any deals with them. That performer, Douglas McKay, is the memer who made the meme back in 2016 about corrupt Hillary. He's just been tried and convicted guilty for election interference. He faces 10 years in prison. This is America with a sad face. Yes. And I talked about that a little bit earlier today. We talked about the meme. We showed it, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting beyond belief. And I'm glad that it's finally getting the traction that it deserves and people are talking about it. Stone Cold's Bill Crowler for a member message. I'm pissed off. What? I said I'm pissed off. What? That Ben Shapiro. What? Glenn Beck, what? Whitlock, what? Just figured out what we knew for years. What? Yeah, I know. Thanks for showing up to the party, guys. We appreciate it. I don't know how to say this one. I'm just going to say K Road. Hail Cobra. I'm sick of fair weather Trump supporters in conservative circles. The only reason the Daily Wire was started is because Ben Shapiro was angry that Breitbart was pro-Trump. I remember that. I do. Brad W. Witnessing pawns realize they're not in the club. Yep. Let's see. Curtis D of Montana. Different topic. Big Daddy Unlimited went bankrupt now. I knew last year this was going to happen. This is why I tried telling you last year to not do business with them. I'm glad you stayed away. Yeah, I had a lot of people talk to me about it, and so I was aware of everything going on. Chris Varcella says, keep on super chatting, chat. It will help Jeremy's reading skills improve. Thank you, Chris Varcella. Blue Volt guy. Thanks for being patient. I get anxious about super chats. No problem. I understand your money is important, and you're spending your money to get your chat read, and sometimes we can't get to them immediately. So I do get the how anxious people get. So I 100% understand that. Gerald Armstrong, I thought you were gonna get that God Emperor Trump video as your intro. Hailstorm's working on it. Hailstorm, what's the progress on that, buddy?
Do what now?
What are you doing?
I'm doing like 5 things right now.
I know. The progress on the God Emperor Trump intro.
Don't say that one more time. You were cutting out.
The God Emperor Trump intro.
Oh, Yeah, I sent that to you on Twitter. I
Oh,
have
so
like
do
I'm
you
working
have
on an even better one. Yeah, but Twitter sent me your message like 5 minutes later because it's like messing up.
Oh, here it is.
I'm actually
Okay.
like that's what I was working on right now is another
Okay.
version.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Go back to jerking it. Bye. Camera's on the whole time, huh? Good old hailstorm. Always working. Always working. Samurai Vader. D-Day Cobra is sponsored by Samurai Vader. Poot. Minor Zircon. Trump 2024. Homie stay quarter black. What's up, man? Yeah, so we're caught up on that front. Now, back to what we originally started this stream out with, Andrew Tate. I have not heard the Andrew Tate video because that released when I was live on Friday Night Tights. So did he make a statement? Let's just go to his Twitter account. All right, let's see. So he's retweeting a lot. Looks like he's I can't play it because he's got music on that one. So this is what's crazy right here. If you believe in coincidences, okay? Look at this. Look at that right there. All right. Welcome home, brothers. It must be a coincidence you guys got out on the release date of The Matrix. The Matrix was released 24 years ago today, March 31st, 1999. Andrew Tate, who's always talking about The Matrix and controlling everything and taking us down, has been under arrest for several months and gets released on the same time or the same exact day that The Matrix was released on. What the hell? So all we got from Tate right now. So this is his timeline right now. And here, you know what? I'll just play the video. You know what? If I get hit, I get hit. All right. So this is Tate. He uploads this. I don't know if he's talking right now, but he's clearly back home. He's clearly like, this dude's got to be fucking pissed as hell. Let's see. Let's see. Is he not going to say anything? Nope, he's not saying anything. So he's just pacing. So right now, his timeline's just full of people. He tweeted this out, a smiley face when he got out, 206,000 likes. So yeah, man. Wild. This dude is going to break the internet when he talks. I don't know who he's going to talk to. I imagine he may talk to Patrick Bet David. He may talk to Valuetainment. I think he talks to PBD. I think that's who he's going to talk to. And this is going to be huge. This is going to be crazy. So now what has happened with Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate has now become more popular. Andrew Tate has become more relevant. Andrew Tate has never been more popular than he is right now in this moment in time because they arrested him and they kept him locked up for months. The same thing is going to happen to Trump. And the fact that you're going to make Trump more popular than he's ever been has to be a terrifying thought for the Democrats. It has to be a terrifying thought. So I don't know what's going to happen. I actually did try. I actually was working on trying to get an interview with Andrew Tate before he got arrested. But obviously that fell through. I've also put fillers out there for a Trump interview. I don't know. You know, all we can do is hope that this show keeps growing and maybe I can get to talk to Trump one day. I would love to talk to him before the 2024 election. I would love to let him honestly know how I feel about some of the decisions he's made, because I do think that he's made some bad decisions and he surrounded himself with some bad people. I do think that. And, you know, just let him know what I think about overall. But obviously, I'm a fan. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ask Tim to hook me up. Yeah. That'd be funny if he actually goes on Tim Pool. Yes, I do read the chat. What did I miss though? Cool. Jeremy does read chat. Wow. Yes, I read the chat. Don't let your dreams be dreams, Jeremy. I always read the chat because I appreciate all of you. Hail Snake Pit, yes. You never get here on time. Well, at least you're here now. At least you're here now. Alex Jones is friends with Tate. You can ask him. Yes, he is. I can ask him. Yes, he sees your chats. Yes, I see your chats. Gunko Matt says he didn't know you could read. Jeremy, gay for chat. Oh shit, get him a Tuesday night's main event. That would be great. Honestly, that's what I was working on. I was working on main event, but it fell. Not that it fell through. Clearly, he had more important things happening in his life. So, but we got the Tate stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you. This was the tweet that I was talking about that I wanted to share with you guys that I thought was just so on point right here. This to me puts it in full perspective as to everything we got going on right now. And it's only gonna get worse. Right here from ALX. Jacob Chansley and the Tate brothers are out of prison. Donald Trump indicted over nothing. Douglas Mackey found guilty of posting Hillary Clinton memes in 2016. What an interesting week. That puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Doesn't that put it in perspective? It's just wild, man. That's where we are. That's where we are. Keep sending Don Jr. tweets to get him on here. That would be funny. That would be funny. Where's this $5 super chat at from? Oh, here we go. Gerald Armstrong, get Tate on FNT. I mean, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be interesting? Let's see. Gerald Armstrong, I prefer the Rocky Balboa Trump than Super Trump. Yeah, the Rocky Balboa Trump was pretty funny. Kecklord Gray says memes go way back. Look into political satire cartoons from the Lincoln days and before. STDs were a few of the OPP party. And then John Yarber says Andrew will talk to Fresh and Fit first, and Legal Mindset is friends with Fresh and Fit. That is true. I forgot, and we had Legal Mindset on our daily stream just the other day. So, what is the chat talking about right now? Let's see. Let me see. I'm looking. You guys are talking about everything, really. Bashy Washy, he loves super chats. I do love super chats. I'm a big fan of super chats. I'm a big fan of gifted memberships. I'm a big fan of all of that. But I'm also just a fan that people watch me and tune in whenever we're live. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. We have 917 likes. 917 likes. So please smash it. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We have 51 new members. Can Jay get Tuesday night's main event on Friday night tights? No, he can't. Booming Bob says you can't pronounce the names, though. Not all of them. Not all of them. Just part of it. Just part of it. What do we do if Trump goes away in handcuffs? Nothing. We laugh about it. We meme it because Trump's going to take full advantage of it. I 100% believe that. 100%. Raise a glass of memory to Mage Demon's bank account. RIP wallet. Yeah, Mage Demon, after dropping all those gifted memberships, has just disappeared. Just disappeared. He'll be back. He'll be back. How do you become a member? Well, you can either get one gifted to you, which is what the majority of people have gotten here, or you can click the join button. I don't know if it's on iPhone. I'm not sure. You'd have to see. Yeah, that's the way to do it. So I feel like Jeremy, that Tate would decline y'all's invite mainly because he lives in a completely different lifestyle compared to you guys, Gary, Ryan, etc. Potentially. I mean, I know he's had some negative things to say about like gaming and all that shit, and so I'm aware of that. I'm fully aware of that, and so you know, it is what it is. I don't typically do the whole interview thing. I'm not really big on the interview thing, but certain people transcend that. You know what I mean? There it is, right there. Boom. We got our 52nd new member of the night. That's what's up right there. West Britannicus. Have faith in the white pill that comes from the form of the Super Mario movie. Nintendo may yet be our cinematic salvation. We want Star Fox. Hey, I am hyped for the Super Mario movie. Okay. I am through the roof over that. I can't wait. I think it's going to be beautiful. And I think it's going to be a banger. I really do. Back Goat gives 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Praise Back Goat. Praise all the gifted memberships. Jeremy Osteen is here to tell you how much he loves your money. He loves all your enthusiasm, but he only loves your money, really. And he loves your money because he wants to buy more beautiful things, a big house, big car, private jet. Jeremy Osteen, bless the chat. Snake Pit in the house. Wamen. So it looks like you became a member. Oh, there's Dominic in the house. Member message. I, John Trump, solemnly vow to be the greatest superhero of all time. The best. Ask anyone. Everyone's talking about it. Bird Up says, can Ripa get Sean Connery on FNT? He may have a tough time doing that. He may have a tough time. Jeremy's got a new Shelby Cobra Mustang to look after. Well, it's just a GT, but it looks like a Shelby. But it's just a GT. I'm not Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta has like a 2022 Shelby Cobra. It's probably got like, I would imagine if he bought it, if it's just stock, it's probably got like 750 horsepower. So his would smoke my GT. His Shelby would smoke my GT. It would smoke it. But again, there was a couple of Shelbys I was looking at. I wasn't going to buy anything new. I do not like the newer model Mustangs. I don't like the front ends at all. But I was looking for a 2006 to 2000, probably 13, and I found a few Shelbys. But the GT that I got was just in better shape. It looked better. It sounded better. It had a lot done to it. So the GT was the way to go. 89 Mustang was the GOAT. I mean, 89 Mustangs were great. Jeremy's more of a back end guy. I'm kind of just BSing with you guys. So I don't think we're going to do a beard of shame tonight because did we have a beard of shame, Hailstorm? Do we have a beard of shame? I forgot to vote on it. Hailstorm.
I don't know. We can give a lot away.
Chat, got any ideas? Chat, who we got? Who's getting the beard? Can we get Ben Shapiro would be good. I'd like to see Ben Shapiro with the beard of shame.
I feel like Oprah tonight. So
you don't like beard? I think Ben. I like Ben. Little Ben Shapiro. It's Shapiro. It's got to be Shapiro. AOC? Has AOC won it before?
No. Like I said, I'm feeling like Oprah, so we can.
Oprah? Why Oprah? Oprah didn't do anything.
No, I said I feel like Oprah. Everybody can get one tonight.
Oh, everybody can get one tonight. All right. So AOC or Glenn or not Glenn Beck. I can't give Glenn Beck the beard of shame for going MAGA. I'm worried that he won't stay the course. You know what I mean? I'm thinking it's either Shapiro or AOC. So let's start a poll. Okay. So is it going to be Little Ben or AOC? Right there. There's the question right there. There it is. Little Ben or AOC, chat. You got like 2 minutes to vote. I think this is going to be pretty contested, to be honest with you. Little Ben's winning. Oh, it's like 50-50. It is 50-50 right now, ladies and gentlemen. Little Ben versus AOC. AOC takes the lead 51-49. This is going to be a very passionate. Oh, it's back tied 50-50. Now AOC back 52-48. Little Ben has fallen behind by 2 points. Coming up short, as he often does. Can AOC skyrocket to the front like a horse. With her face, I think she has a chance. AOC has a 2-point lead. I'm sorry, a 4-point lead now, 52-48. This is one of the most intense battles for Beard of Shame we've ever had. AOC now stretching out to a 6-point lead over Little Ben Shapiro. Little Ben Shapiro, he's reaching as high as he can. He's trying to get to the top of the countertop. He really wants those chocolate chip cookies, but he is a little short. Not the first time in his life he's ever been this short. All right, AOC's pulling ahead now. So it's 53. Oh, nope. Little Ben. Oh, no. AOC got back up to 53. Oh, man. All right. I think AOC's the winner. Hailstorm.
All right.
And I'm not going to call it yet, but I don't know. Wait. Oh, it's 52-48. It's getting close again. Nope. AOC back up to 53-47. All right. I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to give it to 500 votes. We're at 397 votes right now. I'm going to give it to 500 votes. We're at 402 votes. Oh, AOC up 54-46. We have less than 100 votes to go, ladies and gentlemen. This could be one of the most intense Beard of Shame votes in the history of CobraCast IRL, the single most watched YouTube channel with IRL in the name, the biggest live stream, the most super chats, the most viewers. And we don't have to shut our chat down for members because everybody is a member, or at least most everybody is. 433 votes, 438. AOC has now a commanding 8-point lead over Little Ben Shapiro. 450. I think it's over. I don't think that AOC can make up, or I don't think Little Ben can make up the ground with less than 50 votes to go. All right, Hailstorm, go get to work. All right. So AOC says stop the count right now. Stop the count. She wants the Beard of Shame, apparently. So Little Ben, the chat is cheering for you so much. I don't dislike Ben Shapiro. I have to call him out. I'm not a fan either. I'm kind of indifferent on it. So yes, Johnny, I will check Rumble rants. All right, we're at 470 votes. We got 30 more to go. It's over though. It's over. Poor Little Ben did not make it. He did not make it this time. All right, we're done. It's over. Boom. We're calling it. It's over. Bam. All right, here we go. Let's see. Keck Lord Gray says, bro, you behind on the news. Timmy has open chat now. Oh, I know he does. I talked about that the day it happened. But the point was why did it even happen to begin with? I mean, did Tim Pool need the money? You know, why did he do that? He did that because he wanted to silence his chat to become his own little echo chamber because he didn't like the criticism he was facing about the Eliza Blue situation. And as soon as the super chat started drying up and the views started going down, suddenly it was okay to open up that chat again. That's my problem with it. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Lost Tale says clips in Discord, by the way. All right, let's pull up the Discord really quick. Let's see what you guys got going on over there in the Snake Pit Discord. Okay. Open Discord. Yeah, I don't want the problem is these Discord notifications drive me crazy. So, I've got to silence these at some point so I can stop. Okay. Here we go. How many members do we have overall? We have 3,200 members in Geeks and Gamers Discord. That is pretty awesome. All right, what do we got going on over here? So we got a bunch of barn stuff. We got Roger Stone. We got Alex Jones. What is Roger Stone saying? Okay, Roger Stone and Alex Jones. Let's see what they have to say. All right, while we're waiting on Hailstorm, let's see what Alex has to say. Here we go.
This country because they're desperate. Now, Roger, I want to raise this point to you and then get your breakdown of it and then how you see this unfolding. They're losing so bad with this in the polls. It's blown up completely in their face. It's causing the entire Republican structure to line up behind Trump. As you said, he's up 25, 30 points now, and he was dead heat a month ago with DeSantis. And this new polls are coming out showing him shooting up even higher. Everybody knows he's a martyr. Everybody knows Biden's a pedophile and his son's a pedophile and Chinese agents and the Hunter laptop and all of it. I can sit back. I know the enemy's playbook. There is no way without them setting off truck bombs and blaming it on us or a mass shootings or a race attack or something that this is going to work for them. So I see the next card being staged violence to be blamed on us. A, do you agree with that? And B, how do we get out ahead of that and stop that? Because we're winning. We force them to engage in this open banana republic behavior, which is blowing up further. So, or am I missing something here? Because I think the only thing they can do now is, launch World War III, maybe a total collapse. I mean, we're already there. Roger Stone, what do you think?
Alex, I think it all entirely depends on timing of which we're not sure. Let's be very clear. Even now, we're reacting to a leaked story in the New York Times, then picked up by CNN. We haven't even seen the actual criminal indictment. CNN says there are 34 individual criminal counts. How could CNN possibly know that unless, of course, they have an illegal leak from the office of DA Alvin Bragg?
That's a very good point. How do they know that? How did they know that? Because they did report that yesterday.
But whether any charge in New York or in Georgia can actually get to trial prior to the election, that's a question I can't answer. I do feel more confident talking to constitutional lawyers and folks like Judge Andrew Napolitano, who's going to join me at stonezone.live today at 5 o'clock, that it is unlikely that a federal charge in connection with anything that happened on January 6th or with the president's handling of certain sensitive government documents could get to trial prior to the election. So what happens when the deep state realizes that with each bogus lawfare attack on Donald Trump, he merely grows stronger, then I put nothing whatsoever by them. Notice that the Trump indictment news has wiped this horrific attack in a Nashville Christian school by a trans shooter in which a number of Americans were tragically killed. It's wiped it out of the news. Also out of the news, the giant payments that members of the Biden family took from a Chinese energy company, completely out of the news. I put nothing whatsoever by those who are desperate to keep control of the country as the situation deteriorates. The other consideration here, Alex, is if we can manage to narrowly avoid being completely vaporized in World War III because of the shenanigans of this administration in Ukraine, where President Trump has said peaceful and immediate negotiations and cessation of hostilities.
He's right, but he's also high. He's on something.
Would be his single highest priority. Obviously, Biden can't even get Zelensky to the peace talk table, and he is his patron. But they reject any effort for a negotiated settlement. What will the American economy look like by the time of the 2024 election? Banks are already beginning to fail. Just because they propped up this one bank does not mean that they can prop up all of the banks. Energy costs, once Joe Biden completely depletes our reserves, are going to skyrocket even higher. I expect the food shortage.
It is a badass poster, by the way. It's a pretty badass poster.
Is not only to continue, but as the great Tucker Carlson has exposed, only get worse because of the systematic destruction of food processing industries across the United States. Inflation is going to go even higher, the rate of inflation, based on the massive spending on this epic effort to stumble us into World War III. The crime situation in America is not going to abate. So what will the conditions in America be like on election day? I agree with you. We may get to a juncture where the situation in the country is so unstable and the quality of life is so difficult, and that even Donald Trump, under what will be widely viewed in the country as completely bogus and politically motivated charges, is turbocharged as a candidate and may, in fact, be unstoppable.
Let me add a few tidbits to what you said. China and Brazil strike deal to ditch the U.S. dollar. Russia and China already did the deal. India is now doing the deal. Saudi Arabia announced they're doing the deal to now move away from the dollar. I mean, this is the forced move out of the dollar. It's not going to happen. It has happened. And Glenn Beck had a really great point. I'll try to play the clip later. But he said, we're not going to see a recession or a depression. This is the collapse of the dollar. This is something we've never seen before. So this is all happening, and the so-called elites running things are too busy trying to start a civil war with Christian conservatives. And as you know, Biden came out yesterday and said trans are under attack, nothing about the dead Christians, and that they are shaping our soul. I have the disgusting video, and the press secretary said the same thing. So Keith Olbermann came out and said they're murdering trans, and it's gun owners' fault these people died. So they're literally just saying trans as Rome burns. It's beyond insane. Roger, stay there. I want to get a closing comment from you, and then we'll introduce Robert Barnes coming up, stonezone.com. And that's a good idea. We want to get to Paulo Tano on as well. I'm talking to Ted Nugent. He may be on today. Just so much going on, but we're going to have a lot of expert guests here, but we couldn't have a better one than Roger Stone on this subject. Roger.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole I think Roger Stone brings up good points, is like, what will this country look like by the time the 2024 election gets here? And that's a valid question right there, a very valid question, because holy shit, man. It's going to fall apart. It's falling apart right before our very eyes. And people just are not realizing it. It's falling apart right before our very eyes. And it's only going to get significantly worse. So I really don't know how much worse it can be. And I think it can, but I do know it can get worse. And that's the scariest part of it. While I'm going to show you guys, let's see. Let's check out. So again, I have fully accepted that I'm basically just going to get demonetized on every CobraCast, and I'm fine with that because of a lot of the audio I play. But let's play this clip from Jay Hailstorm while we're waiting on Beard of Shame. So this is what he has been working on. So let's check this out. This could be the new intro. Hailstorm, can I pop you in here for a minute? Unmute if I can pop you in here for a second before we play this clip. All right. Now, is this good enough to play for everybody?
Yeah, I want to add more to it, but it's the same song that you played the other day.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so this could be our new intro. What do you guys think? I haven't seen it yet.
It's my time to rule at last. 15 years have I been waiting to sit up on my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. Drawn by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. They thought I was too young to rule the land. Yes, they failed to understand how to rule. My time has come. I will choose in my heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. Seek out all its rise. With the Lord my protector. Make them out of my will to the sky. Seek out all its rise. To the sky. Seek out all its rise.
To the people, like I've seen a few people, like, you know, say, "Oh, false idols." It's a meme. It's a meme. The meme is because these people, these weirdos, they literally made him into God Emperor Trump. So Trump fans memed it. No single like rational thinking person actually thinks Trump is anything other than a human being, and a flawed human being at that. But it's about memeing these psychopaths at the idea of what they think Trump is, because they are the ones that made that fucking God Emperor Trump thing. So it's a meme and it's funny.
Rude in battle, led my mental victory. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and die. What I say was said in heaven, and so it shall be done. I know I was destined to rule alone. All for myself I have claimed the throne, born to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the sky. Seek out all its rise.
What? You guys, some people don't like Sabaton. This is a great song. Oh, wow. Hey. If you, I respect your opinions, okay? By the way, this is the God Emperor stuff that these weirdos did.
With the Lord my protector, make them out to my will, to the sky. Seek out all its rise. To the sky. Seek out all its rise.
All right, good stuff. That was good. Yeah, I love that song. I love that song. So again, let me put the proper context here so everybody can understand what the whole backstory with that is. There is actual like lore to this, okay? So let me make you guys understand. So where was this at? Was this like in Italy or something like that? So this is in Italy. All right. The entire point behind what they were doing was they were trying to, this was meant to be disrespectful to Trump. Okay. This is all based off the God Emperor and Warhammer 40K. All right. This was meant to be disrespectful to Donald Trump. They actually built a float of Donald Trump as the God Emperor. So in order to make Donald Trump look bad, they made him look like the ultimate badass. They had women dancing at his feet and they were playing this awesome song. This was meant to make him look bad. That's where this all came from. So this right here is what the whole meme is. So again, this is meant to make Trump look bad, and it does the exact opposite.
It's my time to rule.
Who would think this would make him look bad? Who would think this? They think that they put all of this time into it to make him look bad. All right, see, no, I'm not talking to one person because somebody just said, okay, the context helps the song. And that's why I was trying to give some context to some people that, you know, that were asking.
15 years have I been waiting to sit up on my throne. No allegiance, I will swear no oath. From by God, not by the church, as my power is divine.
No worries, Jen. No worries.
Yes, they fail to understand or to rule. My time has come. I will choose my hand. Say my name when you pray.
Who thinks this is a bad thing? This is the problem with anti-Trump people. This is the problem with them. They think he is this. They think that he is this. In their own weird minds, they think that this is really Trump. They think he is some God emperor. So what have Trump supporters done? They've just embraced the meme. Because you've made him look like the coolest motherfucker on the planet when you did this. This is the coolest thing that you could have ever done to Trump. You've made him the coolest person on the planet with this.
To the sky, seek out all the skies. With the Lord my protector, bring them out of my will. To the sky, seek out all the skies. To the sky.
Yes, I am very obnoxious, and I will continue to do just that, sir. And there's nothing you can do about it but cry in my comments and watch me continue to be successful. Now back to more important things, like God Emperor Trump.
Seek out all the skies. In battle, led my men to victory. No man alive or dead commands me. I answer to the Lord. Hear my orders, question me and die. What I say was said in heaven, and so it shall be done.
That's the end of the video. So again, for the proper context, these weirdos decided that this was meant to hurt Trump. That's it. That's it. All right. Thank you, Evil Wolf 2. This is what happens when you come into this chat. When you come into this chat and you talk shit, I got the snake pit that's got my back because I work for them. I work for them. So when you come in my chat and you talk shit, I'm going to highlight your comment. I'm going to monetize you. I'm going to make more money. I'm going to get more energetic. I'm going to make more entertaining stuff for my audience. And you are going to look like the fool that you are. But the good news is, after I'm done destroying you, after I'm done monetizing you, after I'm done roasting you, you can jerk off with your little soy tears because that's all you have. But I'm going to do it every single time. And there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you, Evil Wolf. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Rant. Jeremy, maybe this should be the outro. Hey, that's not a bad idea. So, okay. So do you guys like, I think you probably like the current intro right now. Matt Stafford says, what are you even fucking doing here if you don't like Jeremy? Well, it's the same kind of mindset as like the Trump stuff. Like these people that hate me, and it's not just me, by the way, like we all have haters. We all have haters, all of us. But they are such mentally fragile people and broken people that instead of just watching something or a YouTuber that they like, they just have to keep watching someone that they dislike so that they can cry and be a fake victim. And it's a really weird phenomenon that's continued to happen over and over again. And then they will bring stuff up like, well, why do you guys watch movies that you don't like? It's like, motherfucker, I don't watch movies that I don't like. I watch franchises that I grew up loving that Hollywood has hijacked and completely destroyed by pushing identity politics. I watched Star Wars when I was growing up. I watched the original trilogy. I watched the prequel trilogy. And then Disney bought Star Wars and decided, hey, we're going to push propaganda and nonsense into it. So I, as a fan, said, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to call you out on it. Same with Marvel, same with DC, same with Ghostbusters, same with all of these woke properties. So it's not about like watching movies that I don't like. It's about seeing franchises that I cared about being used and destroyed by Hollywood and me calling them out. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So, all right, let me see here. I got to open my inbox really quick. Which one, Hailstorm? I'm looking to see what you got. I'm looking at our chat right now. There's so many things. There's so many things. I don't see it, Hailstorm. Oh, hey. Oh, this is from earlier. And this. Okay. So right here. Now, again, for full context. Full context. Now, let me be clear. Let me qualify what I'm about to show all of you. Okay. By the way, I know we're over 2 hours, but guess what? Unlike Tim Pool, I'm not just going to bounce at 2 hours. I'm going to be here as long as the audience is being entertained and as long as I can entertain you. So we're going over a little bit, but you know what? That's what CobraCast IRL does. We're just here for the party. Now, I told you guys my big issue with this Glenn Beck thing is, are you going to stay the course? Now, I understand the clip that I'm going to play is from 7 years ago. Okay. It's from 7 years ago. And no one should have to worry about having their words from 7 years ago used against them. So I'm not using these against Glenn as much as I am telling you this is why I'm not just going to fall for a little, hey, I'm a MAGA guy all of a sudden. Because I want to see if Glenn Beck can stay the course, because this is what he was saying back when Trump was running in 2016.
States. Office is to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. And that's why I am for Ted Cruz. He is a constitutionalist. At 13 years old, he had memorized the Constitution and was going around the state doing this amazing memory thing on the Constitution. He was raised by a father who escaped from Cuba, actually fought for Fidel, came to America, realized the difference, became an American citizen, raised Ted on the Constitution. And so it's in his bones. And what I've warned about for so long, people only focused when I was at Fox, they only focused on what I was saying about Barack Obama. But when I was at CNN, I was saying much of the same stuff about George W. Bush, and nobody paid attention. And when I was at Fox, I warned, look, Democrats, please understand, if you let the balance of power go out of whack, the next guy who could get in could be calling himself a Republican, and he will either take that same power and either use it at the same level or expand it. And that's a very bad thing. We need a constitutional restraint on the executive branch. And Donald Trump, I really, truly believe, is a very dangerous man. If you listen to Chris.
He's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. He's a dangerous man. Let's continue. Let's back it up. Here we go.
Is a very dangerous man. If you listen to Chris, some of the things he said this weekend.
Dangerous why? Obviously.
I could go on Fifth
Go
Avenue
ahead.
and I could shoot
Please.
people and I wouldn't lose a single vote. He's joked about killing reporters like Putin. Actually, he's joked about not killing reporters like Putin does. He's a very dangerous man.
He says he's joking. He put out a tweet this weekend about you. You know what happens when you go with Trump. He is not one to take a punch passively. You obviously don't care about that. But in terms of
Wacko Glenn Beck. Wacko Glenn Beck. A sad answer to the Sarah Palin endorsement that Cruz so desperately wanted. Glenn is a failing, crying, lost soul.
Here he is. He's a sad answer to the Sarah Palin endorsement. It's the best Cruz could do. Glenn is a failing, crying, lost soul. I know you well enough to know that the personal attack isn't going to bother you, but do you think that you may be mistaking the mood of the country? Because obviously that is seen as the fuel of Trump's success thus far.
Oh, Chris, no, I'm not here to talk to you about the mood of the country. I'm here to talk to you about the Constitution and what I believe is an absolute right or wrong. We don't change with the mood of the country. That's the problem with our country right now. The Constitution.
So again, there's no need to listen to the rest of it, but the point is there's a lot of clips of Glenn Beck saying that about Donald Trump. I don't care about that. If he can stay the course from this point forward with his MAGA hat, with his little MAGA hat dance that he did, if he stays the course, I don't care about anything you said 7 years ago. I don't care what you said about 5 years ago. I don't care what you said today. I just care about what you do for the next year. And are you going to stay the course with your little MAGA dance that you did on Tucker Carlson? We will see. And if he stays the course, I have no problem with that. But stuff like that, Donald Trump is a dangerous man. He's dangerous. Really? Who's dangerous now, Glenn? Who's dangerous now? What's going on in this country now? And so, again, we will see if he stays the course. But I am very reluctant. I am very reluctant to think that he can stay the course. But I hope I'm wrong. I will tell you right now, I hope to hell I'm wrong about him and Jason Whitlock and anybody else that's pro-Trump all of a sudden. I really do. I really do. But, is this another one? I don't know. Well, that's just another Glenn Beck clip. So that's kind of why I have that stance. And so I just needed everybody to kind of get where I'm coming from with that. But, okay. A bashy washy, it would be better if the song was a little faded in the background and less flashing. Also, it would be a lot better if you had Trump sound clips to it. Taking those notes, Jay Hailstorm. Take those notes. DJ Nutsack for $5. Oh man, why did they put him in the Smurf armor? Did him dirty with the blue. Talking about in the Trump thing. I think those are like the Space Marines, is what they are. Lying dog face pony soldier gifting a D-Day Cobra membership. We're up to 58 on the night. That's what's up. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. That Trump Space Marine looks great. Also, don't know if it's brought up, but F1 got rid of grid girls, but have replaced them with drag for this week's F1. Shaking my head. I tagged you in the Cobra channel. What? Is that serious right now? So let me repeat what Fantastic Mr. Knox just said. F1 Formula One Racing got rid of grid girls, but have replaced them with drag for this week's F1. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. What? I gotta look this up. There's no fucking way. F1 drag. Oh, no. No. Is this true? What the fuck is going on? Hang on. I'm trying to find some different sources real quick. My God. They got rid of grid girls and have replaced them with drag. Oh my God. There's no way. All right. Let's see. Formula One. Formula One. I just want to find. So, was this upcoming or is this happening? Because I think that was not an accurate picture that I just saw. If Fantastic Mr. Knox, if you can repost it in the snake pit so I can see whatever you're talking about. So I'd like to show some imagery or something like that. What the fuck? I'm not seeing a whole lot on this. So if you got like a link to a story or something like that, I would gladly. F1 for beer to shame. All right, post that in the snake pit if you can find it, and I'll look at it. Lisa, hail to D-Day Cobra and this snake pit. Keep talking trash while we send more super chats. Let's go. You know I'm all for it. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you. Gunko Mac, Roger Stone gave me this $5 and told me to use it for a good time. Jace, the pop culture vandal. Madonna just announced a Nashville concert for trans community. God. What the fuck are we doing right now? Ashray, what's next? 40K Space Marines and drag? Jesus Christ. I'm looking. Oh my God. I just don't. I'm astonished at how dumb things are getting, and they're getting dumber by the fucking minute. I mean, we all know how crazy Madonna is. We know that, but yeah, I don't see. I do not see this Fantastic Mr. Knox. I don't see what you're talking about, F1 thing. I'm not saying the story's not legit. I need to show the audience some like legitimate stuff about it if there is a story or something or a link. So you guys post that in Discord if you can find it. And let's see. All right. We still got 1,100 people here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I don't know about that, Ron. He says F1, so of course you won't hear much about it. It's a WNBA of motorsports. F1's massive across the world. So F1's massive. I don't know what this is. Oh, no. Okay. No, you're breathtaking, says Gamer Word. No, you're breathtaking. I appreciate all of you for being here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the night. It is that time of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The most anticipated moment in the history of the internet is a time when we give away the most prestigious award on the most important show with IRL in the name, with the most super chats, the most viewers, the most likes, the most retweets, the most fans on the planet. And we don't have to shut down our chat for members because everybody's a member here, or at least most people are. Let me introduce to you tonight's winner for Beard of Shame. Drum roll, please.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
That's just those are some crazy eyes right there, bro. That's one more time.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
All right, that was pretty good. That was pretty good right there, Jay Hailstorm. Respect. All right, so tonight's Beard of Shame goes to AOC, one of the most cringe human beings on the freaking planet. No doubt about that. Holy crap. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. We've gone about 2.5 hours. I got some stuff to get to. We got a big day tomorrow at Orlando MegaCon. I hope to see many of you out there at the panel for Geeks and Gamers. I do appreciate all of you for being here. Oh, hang on. Is there a super chat? Let's see. Hang on. Little. Oh, God. I got to highlight that. Holy fuck. Oh, my God. Hang on. Little Ben for $4.99. AOC doesn't deserve the beard. I do. She's not even a woman. How can she have a beard? It's illogical. Hashtag DeSantis 2024. Oh, God. I love you guys so much. Oh, I love you guys so much. That was fantastic. Lee Timothy says, "Hi, Jeremy. You're my biggest inspiration for using my artistic skills and working on independent creator in the near future. Hail CobraCast. You're working to be an independent creator in the near future. Well, I am happy for you. I hope everything goes well for you, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck." So that is awesome. Got Ariel says, "If I shared a tribulation timeline map that could explain events over the past 6 years, would you be interested in seeing it?" Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to check out what you got there for sure. And then over on Rumble, we got some Rumble rants from Johnny the Whiz Kid. Johnny the Whiz Kid for $1. Tim wanted Trump to take the situation serious because we were in a serious situation that time. Can't remember what, and he was promoting those things instead. I think that's why he felt the way. He was upset at Trump because he was endorsing Speaker McCarthy. He was mad because Trump was endorsing Kevin McCarthy, and he said that he was just going to retire. He's like, Trump is just retiring. He's just retiring. And now look, again, I'm not. There's plenty of reasons to be concerned about McCarthy, but what's McCarthy done since then? He's done a lot of good stuff. Johnny the Witzka says, "On the Daily Wire, who do you like more?" I can guess Candace Owens. My favorite is Michael Knowles. My mom thinks Ben Shapiro needs speech therapy because he talks too fast. LOL. I don't know if I have a favorite person at Daily Wire. I mean, I genuinely think they have a great crew. They have a good cast of people over there, no doubt about that. But I don't know. I don't know who I like the most at Daily Wire. I would if I have to watch one person at Daily Wire, I guess I would say Ben Shapiro. I would probably have to say Ben Shapiro. If I was going to have one person to watch, I would say Ben Shapiro. So, but I do think they have a nice cast of people over there, no doubt about that. So, all right, guys, we're going to end it there. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow at MegaCon. For many of you, we'll probably be live streaming that on Geeks and Gamers main YouTube channel. So thank you all for the support. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Thank you to Jay Hailstorm. Thank you to Jed Hollywood Scholar. And I appreciate all of you. So John Beck says Shapiro's sister for 2 reasons. What 2 reasons could that be? I have no idea. Thank you guys. Have a great night. I'll see you all later. Trump 2024. Good night, everybody.